This is Just Amazon on Friday, June 22nd, 2018, with a look at the 5 minute. We've got a bit of a rally opening up the day and a little bit of resistance here, and that corresponds to this big selling candle yesterday that happened late morning. And if we come up into this, into this price here, we could roll back down to the 1728 price. We're up. Again, it looks like another distribution, or this could be accumulation because it's a little lower. It's not at the high, but we had this distribution phase up here that broke down. We could be going into another distribution here, and right now it's coming up just like yesterday. This was coming up to a resistance, made an all-time high. And then today we could be doing something similar, just a slightly lower level. Just like yesterday was a great place to short right here at our line. We could be doing that same thing here, and be looking for some resistance come into play here as well. That's a strong value with being a little bit above yesterday's open. More people are going to be buying. Possibly they were pre-market. They were 2 days ago. They were yesterday, and having this high wave indecision candle right here too. So we'll see how the day opens, and we'll see if we can get up a little bit, get some buyers in, trap them, and just roll back down into the 1720s. And so let's step into the day. And the very first candle, a couple people buying, not very many, and then a sell-off, and comes down into the chop we saw yesterday. But this candle looks really similar to this candle. Not quite as large, doesn't have anywhere near the volume, but it's got the location. We didn't even get up to this resistance, so any move up into this value, back up to here, would be a great place to short it. But if we do something like this that we did yesterday from that candle, come up into 1739, that's a great place to go bearish. I mean, that would make this into a double top right here, with this low, 1739 being the neckline. So that'd be a great place to look for a place to go short. Really high wave candle very quickly. So we didn't even make it up to this level. Very quickly, in 15 minutes, we're down into the 1720, 1728 price. So it makes sense that we bounced there yesterday, bounced off of this. We could bounce here again, grind up slowly, and maybe look for that 1739 price to come into play. And instead we push on through. So now we're all the way down at 1725 already, similar to yesterday. So this doesn't mean it's going, obviously doesn't mean it's going to zero, but it could be going down to 1700. But a bit of a stair step with some really large candles. Here's a nice small candle that we'd really want to see continue to break bearish, if it's really going to continue. But a little bit more of a bullish move and then roll down would probably be a little better here. So we get that, some indecision right there. There you go, indecision right here on this price. This is the candle that you want to see this break with strong volume, bearish or bullish. Similar to how we were bouncing here. That's a nice small candle. That's the smallest. Let's see, that candle and that candle. It looks like it's been the smallest we've seen. Okay, starting to roll over, and there you go. Hopefully you got in bearish, making some money. We're, our next target is the low from yesterday, and then 1714, I think, was our next value. It's a little bit off the screen. I'm trying to remember what the value was. Was that 1714.50? So some a bit of a flag here. That's breaking bearish. This is continuing. So if you're in this, your stop was probably up here, maybe here. You can move it down to here or move it down to here. We've had a good move on the day, not anywhere near as strong as yesterday's, but again, similar to this, where we came down, we went sideways for a while and then came down to this value. We've just done that kind of a move from that price to that price in 15-20 minutes, way quicker. So the same people we're shorting here, we're probably taking some profit here. That's why we have the lower wick, and then some more people waiting for this to consolidate and then getting in bearish. This is a little bit of a pause, continuing bearish. But just remember the overall trend is bullish on this. So let's see. So we get an indecision candle, high wave doji candle that some people are buying off of, some people are shorting from, and it's actually at a pretty good location. We don't have a line here, but just near the bottom of some of these wicks, this one too. This is a good place for some indecision that it could just continue bearish, or it could actually reverse and go bullish, come back up into this line, and then roll over. And maybe instead of doing this quickly with an evening star reversal, we'll wait and do it a little bit later, so we get a little bit of a longer retest. This is a really short retest, then another one will be a longer term retest. So we'll see what we get. Okay, so it's moving up. So that's a morning star reversal there. Comes right back up into our 1728 and starts to roll down. There you go. So there's your evening star reversal. You can either be in on this candle or in below this one with a nice tight stop up here, and just look for the low of the day and then low from yesterday, and then our next target of 1714.50. And all right, good. It's moving that direction. And the only thing I'm seeing is a little bit of low here and a low here that correspond with some of the lows from the aftermarket yesterday, or around that same value. So it should continue on, and that's what we want to see. And now it's reversing again, come back up. Okay, so we're getting another retest. That's a really small candle, and this is the one that you want to see it go bearish. We probably just stepped out. For anyone who had their stop timed up here, you're out. So now this looks more like an inverted head and shoulders. This is right around the neckline here. We would want to see it move up, retest, and consider going bullish. So okay, it's moved up. That's a retest. Didn't really come down far enough for a retest, but it looks like it's reversing. Actually has a squeeze that's fired bullish, and it seems to be continuing that direction. It's almost like too good to be true. Like, it shouldn't be moving up this quickly. Did we really pause down here? We just made an all-time high. We're really going to go bullish and take that out right now. And seeing these two candles come in, this is I think it's a bearish engulfing. I'm trying to measure. Yeah, so this is a bearish engulfing candle right here. They both have upper wicks. The wicks themselves, or the highs themselves, are 8 cents away from each other, with obviously the red candle being the engulfing one, so that was the higher value, but 8 cents apart for like a tweezer-ish top. And it just, because this looks too good to be true, we basically made a neckline out of an inverted head and shoulders pattern from this line. Didn't quite come down far enough to retest it, and it just doesn't seem like we were going to come all the way back up here so aggressively, where we're just kind of chopping up. Now, we're also not all the way back up at this neckline, the 1739, but this is a really strong value here on these two candles, mainly these two candles. I'm trying to find another reason why right in here we would be pausing. We have a bit of a neckline there, that's still higher. I don't really see anything that's solid other than this value, this being a high right here, and it rolled over from that yesterday. That we could see a rollover here. So with this candle, yeah, we'll see if it reverses. And it does. So someone could be in bearish on that candle or wait for another one, and it's continuing. So let's say you were in on shares here, and you're just riding this down into the 1728 price, and it doesn't quite get there yet. It's shopping around. Doesn't quite get there. Still sideways. So this, okay, let me back up one candle. This looks like a really nice tight consolidation. We still have plenty of time left, over 2 hours left in the day. That if this broke bullish, go bullish. If this breaks below this support, go bearish at this point. But I'm more bearish after these candles, after this looking like a kind of like a fake inverted head and shoulders because we just got this retest of that neckline and then just a pause. I mean, this could very well be the S-curve on its way back up, or this could be, you know, this move down. It's just really choppy. This could be S-curve bearish. And so we'll look for this to continue bearish. So the next couple of candles actually holds that support. This one holds its support. And so we'd have to look at a few more candles to see, okay, now we're consolidating. We're doing a stair step or a pennant right below this resistance. And this really just needs to break bearish really soon to make that continue to stay into the trade, because we're getting late in the day. So I'm going to go through these a little bit faster. We had a pause, breakdown, a pause, breakdown. Okay, that's nice. And then a pause and a breakdown all the way down to our previous level at 1714. I think it's 50. Let's see. 1714.50. All the way back down, almost to that level, 1714.76. And I think that was the market. There you go. So phenomenal day to see, you know, this be like an S-curve bearish here, having the patience to wait for this to play out, knowing or you know, trusting your analysis that this was a high and it's going to reverse, despite the other patterns and things. So let's go take a look at some options. So we're bearish on all this. Could be bullish through here, a bit of indecision, rally up, and then you know, bearish again with this S-curve. That ended up going so far down to the next level. So take a quick look at the daily. You can see, you know, we're pulling right back into this level. That was a previous all-time high. We contended a little bit with this candle, which was the pre-market high. So we'll come over to, let's go look at puts, because this would have been a great place to figure out a trade. And we'll come back and actually let's start looking at calls, because there isn't anything else to do with calls here. So on that candle, it would have been the candle after it. So that's 955. So the 950 candle on the calls. 950 on the calls. So getting above that candle, that was the indecision candle, would have been getting in for, you know, maybe what was high here? 420. So like 425, 450. The stop down below this at 275. So it's a little bit of a range. May not be able to do this 1725 call through here, but you know, it did retest, so it could have set up a little bit lower entry and stop to make it a $100 risk, and then that rallied up into easily 9. So let's see, going from 4 by 3 up to, let's call it 8. You know, that would have been a 4-hour move right there. That's amazing to have that kind of move. So when it's going so bearish. So now let's take a look at, all right, this indecision candle here. That's 9:45. What time did we have this happening? Oh, that was 11:10, 11:15. Let's go look at that. Oh yeah, I didn't mean to look up there. I meant to look down here. 11:10. Okay. So the low here is $85, and so this would have been a great place to either just hop in, but it just kind of chopped around, or could have done what I did virtually today. Is I set up an order for $100 risk, full risk, with no stop because I was okay with risking the full amount, and then a target of 3, thinking it'll come back up into this resistance. So it went through all this time. I think it filled on about 1227 or something. So on this candle, so the 1225 candle, that corresponds to, I'll zoom in just this day. Actually, I can go a little tighter than that. So so the order was set up over here because this looked too good to just continue. So the order got set up over here. It didn't fill till 12, 25 left that were open, thinking, okay, either we're going to get a little bit of a bounce off of this and it's going to come up to this level and it'll get me in there, or enough premium will erode by this just going sideways that maybe I'll get in. And so it actually got in on this candle, probably somewhere close to the high, 1731. And then it was just a matter of holding on for the ride. I think I got my target hit when it was on, when this candle was forming. Pretty sure it was this candle. And I was out and virtually again. So it didn't matter that I was, that it was going to continue to move down, which, you know, is always nice to catch that kind of move. But, you know, I set this up for the, you know, the low at the open, the low here, and then a low in this area. And you know, after a lot of premium erodes, you know, it's not a matter of getting, you know, all the way back up to these levels, which were phenomenal. It's, you know, you gotta look at, okay, I'm going from $1 up to $3. You know, that's 2R right there. You know, if I go any higher, that's just bonus. And that's what I ended up doing. So I was out at 3. So I think I was out on, 130. But it then pulled back a little bit. And I was looking at this. It's like, oh, that's interesting. It pulled back. It's kind of holding this level on the options. You know, if you go look at the stock. You know, this consolidation, it wasn't really a move back up. It was a move to just kind of sideways, just consolidating. And then this was somewhat of a small doji at a really good level right here, right below these lows. It was really a retest of this triangle here, and then that just rolled over, and it rolled over quickly. You know, this is 7 candles, 35 minutes of selling, and then again, it just goes sideways. And then a sell-off down into this value. And a lot of people will probably, you know, they were probably locking in some gains. That's why this looked like a candle that got bought up. Even this one, people, you know, were selling it to get out, and then some were buying that up right there into the close. So if we go back and look at, you know, this candle where then it ended up going up to, and the put, you know, that would have been about $10, almost 10. So, you know, but there was no indication I would go that much further above. So I could have bought for $1 with no stop and flipped it out at like 12 if, you know, that would all have filled in, you know, real life with real money. And instead it was just a matter of virtually saying, here's my target, but I didn't move it. I stuck with that, and it was good because I had some other things going on today that I wasn't able to watch it too closely. But when I saw it was kind of drifting up a little bit through here, it's like, oh, it might get there. That's great, you know. So it was really cool to see that work out, and really just the values we've had through here. I was thinking about actually moving, let me see if I can pull that. Okay, I was thinking about moving this line up a little bit, but I mean, I do really like how it interacted with the pre-market. What I was thinking is, because this held so well here and held so well here, and initially didn't get quite as high, that on just the daily it's hard to rationalize that value. But looking at, you know, the 5-minute, if we had a line here like 1731, you know, you see these interactions here and here. But anyway, it's still something my eyes gravitated to, seeing that, okay, that's the value we were at yesterday. Are we going to continue breaking up? We broke out here. Okay, let it retest. Now, okay, get in at 1732 by 1727. And that wouldn't have worked. We're going bearish here, would have. So you just need to flip it. And it ran all the way down to this, probably 3R or something, you know, on that kind of move. So taking a step back on the daily, we've lost our bullish momentum from that squeeze. It's about time that happened. So I'm fine with this pullback. This candle, the high and the open are a little bit apart. There was a few people buying right at the open, but these candles, you know, there's just two of them, just like before. You know, Monday could be a bit of a buying candle, or it could continue selling off into, you know, this 21 exponential. And any of these places would be a great place for you know, lagging in or getting in, knowing that you could be stopped out. if it comes down to this level, and I haven't turned on all the other moving averages, exponential, or anything else, just so that we're looking at all this on a daily. So it's pretty phenomenal that we had this move and we didn't quite get all the way up to the 1770 and 90 cents price, but we're really close. I mean, like $7-8 away, something like that. You're really close on that kind of a speculative, target based on this triangle. But it's going there way faster than I expected. So anyway, I think we went over things with the options I wanted to. But this, waiting for this to play out, waiting for this to fill, it just takes a lot of patience to let that happen. And you still get that emotion that comes in and says, "Oh, it's never going to fill. Just cancel it," or this is just going to go sideways longer and then break out bullish, and you just want to get into it and not be patient. But it's something that every trader needs to work on, is just being patient for the trade to set up. And this one set up for me on this candle. Not even this one. Didn't even do it on that one. Did it on this candle. It's like, okay, yay, I'm in. So enough premium eroded, between here, here to here, that it actually got me in on that candle. And then, seeing this kind of roll over, that would have been, like a 10-hour trade, which is the ones that we're always looking for here. So, anyway, hope you got something on these moves today on Amazon, and look forward to the next video. This is Justin Amazon. Thanks.